Three second categories climbs and attacks basically straight from the gun. It took a little while, about 15 kilometers, before we established this break of 7. The man in the colours of the Danish national team, Gustav Wang, was the last to join them. And there we have the names on our screen for today's breakaway of 7. A rather sizable group, really. And this is the sprint that we had, the bonus second sprint that was won by Nicolai Mengel, ahead of Gustav Wang and Sebastian Nielsen. We also already had a first hill sprint. There we go. And it's the man in the burgundy jersey, Scott Henson, picking up the points ahead of the current king of the mountains, or king of the hills, and that was Sebastian Nielsen. Mengel was the man who picked up the last available points. And here we are with the race situation today. 96 kilometers to go. We have a stage of 182.9. We have 7.
Yeah, pretty breezy. 25 kilometers an hour breeze, kind of from the southwest. What we've seen over the last 20 kilometers just before we came live, the gap to the break was out at one point to nearly 5 minutes. And it's coming in when we get to the crosswind section, and there's a bit of a fight back in the peloton just to hold position. We haven't really seen any sort of echelon crosswind action yet, but there's a nervousness in the peloton that that's what's going to happen. So whenever we get to one of those sections, that gap just comes in. About 3:40 now. It's going out again at the minute, but that's kind of what the race situation has been for the last. It's not just another cross. It's a cool flag, actually.
It is a really cool flag. You know, who has a dragon on a flag? We just have boring colours.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that
in the breakaway is 27 seconds down. It's Gustav Wang, so he's the virtual leader at this point. Of course, our race leader is Wout van Aert. He's racing there in that light blue, but he's not sure yet.
Yeah, a few kind of question marks people asking about when he crashed out of the Tour. A lot of people saying, "Oh, is this his last year?" Because he has sort of.
We have Sebastian Nielsen, who wears the hill sprint competition jersey or polka dot jersey, and Henrik Pedersen is currently our best.
What's interesting about this race is that you think Tour of Denmark. Oh well, that's 4 sprints and a time trial. More often than not, we get stages like we got yesterday with sort of small group sprints and little solos and uphill finishes. It
is a normal time to ring the bells, but there is some action at the front of the bunch. We just took a corner there, Michael, and there might be some options. Who also was dropped yesterday, Jakob Söderqvist, the under-23 time trial world champion, comes at the end of August.
And even kind of slow builds up towards the world. It's in that kind of Venn diagram of different riders are here for different purposes. And of course, because there's not a huge amount of racing in July, there's
here we're back with our breakaway, who saw their lead go from 4.5 minutes to just 2.5 in the span of less than 10 kilometers.
Say, well, I've scored what I'm getting today. Let's just take the gas off, let them go, because he will be wanting to fight again tomorrow. There's a lot of points out tomorrow. We've got, I think, 4 or 5 first cat climbs tomorrow.
Fun seems over now.
4 first cat climbs tomorrow, so he might want to go and fight for that, and more of those are earlier in the stage. So getting into the break tomorrow is probably a better bet. But
looks like X are looking for.
Probably looking, I think, today towards Ben Oliver, who's been their kind of a real standout for them this year in their first year. Ben Oliver's been a great signing.
When it comes to what do cycling sponsors do you know what Modern Adventure Pro Cycling?
You can see them, but they just can't do anything about it. And we're off again now, so we're back onto a little bit of a tailwind section. Actually, I think it's a headwind section, but the critical thing is it's not a crosswind section. but any minute we're going to turn left and it's going to be on again, and then there's a good 3 or 4 kilometres of quite exposed crosswind area going down past a lake at one. Come on, we're we're not, sorry, okay.
No. I think the pace is going to drop from this point on, and we'll give the breakaway of 7 a little bit more room, because there's another group coming back. The pace is completely gone from this group right now.
Yeah, the pace is gone, but we're not done with crosswindy opportunities. I think it's 60 kilometres to go, so it is, you know, it is quite early still. 40 riders in our peloton.
Well, we have 145, so
140 started today, I think, just to be.
The caravan is now behind, so if you want to get some refreshments, and of course you do when it's 33 degrees out there, you might want to do it now, or, well, maybe not, because here we go again with Unibet Rosa Rockets team, because they see an opportunity right now to create some chaos.
They are still catching the break. We're down to 1:10 now. And we're certainly getting to that point where they don't really necessarily want to catch the break yet, but you get to within a minute. They just go
too fast.
You get to within a minute, and then the counter-attack starts out. People keep trying to get across, and the race then sort of suddenly can become quite messy again. So we're kind of balanced at the moment.
I really love it how the Danish crowd know how to act around a bike race. Look at how far away from the actual road they actually are. There's nobody on the middle of the road, there's nobody showing his backside to the camera. And they all behave very well.
Very great deal else. Not quite sure whether that's really just trying to focus their budget, whether I think it'll make much difference. They had a very anonymous Tour de France as well. And of course they've now got Geraint Thomas has largely taken over as the front man for the management of that team. And
Sir Dave is back.
And Sir Dave's back, but it's very much Geraint who's kind of standing in front of microphones every day.
It's not only points and seconds, but there's also a small premium involved, which is interesting for the smaller teams. But it's our best ranked rider who goes for them, Gustav Wang, who is 27 seconds down on Wout van Aert, and now 24.
He gets himself onto his own line on the GC.
Because if he does it again...
Well, he was second at the first one as well, so he picked up 2 seconds there too.
If he does it again, Michael, he gets into the top 10. If he gets another 3 bonus seconds, he enters his top 10. So that's how fast it actually can go if you are in that big group at 27 seconds in GC. Just pick up 1 or 2 bonus sprints and you're in the top 10.
Yeah, and he's a rider who might... I mean, there's going to be a big shake-up tomorrow. Tomorrow's really...
They are on cue to give us a little bit of entertainment here. Straight out of that corner, they're hitting...
Oh, you can see the grass and the foliage blowing on the side of the road. There's an opportunity here, if not to really break things up permanently, at the very least to put people under a lot of pressure. He's in there just from how Flanders Balois are behaving.
And this is a group that is like more or less complete, Michael. So
yeah, I'm still fairly sure there would have been a third group through the echelon section that probably didn't get back on. It would have been a group with a lot of the, some of the smaller riders from the smaller continent.
We're really taking a lot of these very small roads, aren't we?
Yeah. No, it's a real mix. I wanted 2 sort of highways and things, but yeah.
Problem here for mechanical problem there for Niels Eekhoff, one of the 5 picnic Postenel riders. Dylan Corkery from Ireland, Niels Eekhoff, Tom van der Werf, Casper van Uden, and from the Devo squad we have the top 10 of the GC. Our breakaway is now down to just 5.
The gap going out again a little.
This is one of our riders from the original break, head of Sascha Weemas, who sadly has retired. Ethan Vernon, Jasper Stuyven and Niklas Pedersen. Ellen Blikra, you mentioned him at the top of the broadcast, Michael, was the only rider from the top 10 who's here. Oh, and Christophe Laporte. Yeah, they're just going to stay at the front for the bonus sprint, but I don't think they'll stay at the front for much longer on these local laps, our 5 leaders.
Yeah, I think there's a good chance the pace will start to pick up when we get onto the lap.
Five, 3 and 1 points. As Michael said, it will be more about the seconds here for the man at the front for Gustav Bang than the points, because Van Aert and a stage winner today will get another 15. There we go, the finish line. So we have a nice view here. The last corner is at 300 meters to go. And a nice wide road yet again. Good safe finale here. And Bang indeed picks up another 3 bonus seconds, bringing him down to 21, and that means that he's now 9th virtually in that general classification. Is there anything to say about the finish circuit, Michael, that we should know about if somebody's just tuning in?
Yeah, we've got 3 laps of this finish circuit. It's 7.1 kilometres long from right here. This is the start-finish line. Reasonably, decent-sized urban roads, bits pieces of road furniture. It has 1 climb on it, which we're going to get to in a kilometre's time.
Coming from the Peloton with the SWAT Club riders, Niccolo Petiti, I should say. And these are the 2 remaining riders from our breakaway. Maybe there's some teams finding an opportunity on this hill that's not really a hill.
If you get your position,
yeah, there's a lot of yes, no, maybe not going on.
No, you do the bike riding. No, you do the bike riding.
I don't want to do the bike riding. You do it. But a pretty good counter-attack here by Lotto into Maché. But Visma are straight onto the case. We still have those 2 riders up front. This is first we cross the finish line again. This is inside of the finish camera, where we have that left-hand corner. And a SWAT Club rider, Petiti, is well, not super happy with the current situation and the level of participation in that break, so to say.
Yeah, well, if you're him, this is a chance to get a result. If you're riding for SWAT Club, probably doesn't come up all that often in a point pro race like this, so he's got a real chance. He really wants this group to ride. There's other riders in it who've got other cards to play back in the bunch, who are kind of here for other tactical purposes. But if you're one of the smaller teams, you really want to drive this home. And there's only about 15 seconds now back to these guys.
Neighborhood kind of road. They know he's in a jersey. They don't have anything to win. He's helping out with the chasing. You know, he's not letting the pace down. Although, yeah, let's see. Do you want the points? Hello, do you? No. That was weird.
I didn't see who took that. Was it the SWAT guy?
It appears to be the SWAT guy.
Like yeah.
I think he tried to strike up a conversation with Nielsen there to kind of just arrange this thing, but there was no response coming.
And I think the gas, the kind of gas has come out of this balloon for a second. Nielsen he's off back to the bunch. He's had enough of this, which is fair completely.
He's got trouble following the wheel of the man in front of him, Scott Hansen, who was part of the original breakaway, and then 3 new guys with Marcellucci moving all across his saddle. Malmberg, and then leading this group at the moment is Lionel Tamino. That is the situation. They've got 10 seconds, 3 of the original breakaway, and 5 riders who managed to make their way across.
And it's a group that's just a little bit too big. There's a few people in who are already thinking about how the final is going to unfold and how they might get a result out of this, and a mix of riders who would be very happy to work hard to finish 8th or 7th, and riders who are only really here for the win, and if they don't get the win, they've got other cards to play back in the group. So,
well, the gap is stable.
For all that, I was going to say, they're still hanging on 11, 12 seconds.
7 guys, and it is now up to Visma, who, do you think they will sprint with Van Aert, or maybe Laporte on this kind of... They same kind of characteristics when it comes to sprinting, these two.
I have a feeling they'll be looking toward Wout van Aert. I think they would be very happy to do what they did yesterday again.
Bonus seconds at all.
Group. Yeah, exactly.
And this race has come down to just one single second a couple of years ago, so bonus seconds are really important. We're not gifting stage wins away like we saw in recent days. Yeah, it looks like the other 5 riders will soon be caught, but Marcellisi and Taminiao, they still want to go for that. Thingy there on the side of the road, the blue poles, that is the indicator for the Flamme Rouge. We don't have an arch, we just have inflatable poles on the side of the road that are, well, kind of leaning over like the Tower of Pisa at the moment. But this is the Finnish camera. We've got one more corner to go, this left-hander, and then we're inside the final 300 meters. We're looking out for Anders Folliger as well, because he's of course our local guy.
Yeah, number 203 from the Danish national squad. Haven't laid eyes on him all day, so well done him.
Yeah, well, he was there when he needed to be, when we had the crosswind action together with Chris Jensen, the former winner here as well. But it looks like the guys will be caught, at least the 5 riders there. And Taminiao and Marcellisi trying to hold on for a little bit longer, but the other 5 guys now caught, including 3 of our original breakaway. Well done to them being at the front over 150 kilometers today. Here's Manuel Oyoli at the back, but we go to the front where we have NSN. With the likes of Dion Smith, maybe Riley Sheehan for the sprint. There's a climb. There is your climb. Look at how hard it is. But what's going to happen in the peloton in that climb? Is anybody going to try? Taminiao and Marcellisi, they park their bike on the right-hand side of the road.
There's a lot of kind of the bigger riders are at the front in case anything happens, but just so far it's not happening. Anything coming out of this group.
One rider there on the side of the road that was lapped. The legal track rider was a lapped rider. And there is Anders Folliger, the local man.
Right on cue.
No, this is Jules Jensen. He's working for Folliger, of course, still keeping that powder dry. The teammates on Jaco Alula. Folliger is not that far back. We're looking out for the man in blue. That is Wout van Aert. He's wearing a distinctive jersey. Also, Teutenberg, another sprinter, is wearing a distinctive jersey in green. And on number 3 yesterday, Henrik Pedersen of UnoX Mobility, he's wearing the white jersey. So we've got 3 sprinting riders who are wearing distinctive jerseys, and well, let's add Lukas Kubic to that as well, the Slovakian champion.
He's doing what he always does. He spends so much time in the wind in these sections. He's one of those sprinters you see him all stage. He rides in the wind so much.
And then becomes second again.
I'm not his coach, I'm not his DS, but I kind of think, oh, hide in the wheels a little, Lucas. Just, I love your jersey, but I don't need to see quite so much of it from the head-on shot.
I don't know how many second places he has and how many top 10 places, but he hasn't, I think he hasn't won yet this year, well, apart from, of course, that national champions jersey. Yeah. But his last road win was in March of last year in France. Yeah. We commentated on that one together.
Yeah, and he's got so much speed.
And he's so good, but with timing and maybe he's just catching wind, just like you said. He's just at the front a little bit too much.
He's burning matches all the time because he's staying safe, and yes, he is staying safe, but it means he's lovely and safe to finish second, third and fourth time and time again.
We still have a really, really big group, so we are on our way to a peloton sprint. We don't really have any obstacles anymore to really create something. Bisma, they are trying to get everything and keep everything together with UnoX on their wheel. I think they're going to sprint with Pedersen again. There is Van Aert. Moving through that peloton rather easily, but still quite a way to go to the front. But with 5k to go for somebody like Van Aert, that can't really be that much of a problem. Kasper Pedersen gets to the front with one of the one of the young rookies of Red Bull, also in that Danish national kit. A lot of green there for the UnoX Mobility squad. Let's see if we can find the man in the white jersey. We have the man in green there with number 7 on the left-hand side of the road. That is Teutenberg. He's got a pretty good kick, but not a pro win just yet. And Folliger is going into 3rd position right now. That seems early. And Bout is all the way at the front right now.
Erlen Blecker, of course, also for UnoX Mobility.
True.
Knows this finish from 4 years ago, 4 years ago, so he knows the circuit, he knows the finish.
But look how fast Wout van Aert moved from 60th place all the way back to the front of the bunch. That is fantastic work. Niklas Behrens gets to the front as we hit the 4K to go sign. We're getting ready for a bunch kick here in Skive. Today we had a breakaway of 7 riders, maximum lead about 4.5 minutes. The last 3 of them were just caught when we crossed the finish line. We had some echelon fun with UnoX, but most of the peloton came back together here on the local circuits in Skive, where we were in 2022 when Jasper Philipsen won the stage. Wout van Aert in the blue jersey, Teutenberg in green, and Henrik Pedersen in white, as of course the Slovakian national champion Lukas Kubiš also in that white jersey. 3.3 kilometers left to go. Niklas Behrens at the front for the Visma Lease Bike team. We've got Casper Pedersen there as well for the lead out for Anders Folliger, the local man who really desperately wants to win this stage, of course, in front of the home crowd.
Christophe Laporte shouting orders at the entire team. He's very much the road captain. Sitting now just behind Wout van Aert. I mean, I'm still expecting Wout van Aert to be the sprinter for Visma, but yep.
And this is a moment where the pace kind of drops, and there we have an attack from one of the UnoX guys. Rasmus Tiller watches it from the front row. It's Alex Kamp, the former Danish national champion, and a quick reaction comes from Polte. It seems far. It's far.
It's a long way out. The pace just went off, but we have seen 1 or 2 of these attacks work this year. Alex Segard famously won that stage at the Giro by doing exactly this.
And Denan.
And won Denan exactly the same way. And the Danish national squad are on the front. I think one of the things Christophe Laporte was saying to his teammate earlier was, let the Danish national squad do this. Let these guys do this. They want it. Don't get at the front. Let the Danish squad take the responsibility for it. And again, that's what they're doing now.
Polte rider quite easily bridged across there to the wheel of Alex Kamp. We've yet to identify the rider on his wheel, but Kamp, after that initial attack, seems to be cramping up a little bit. Quite a lot of lactic acid going around here now for the Danish rider. And the crash there on the side of the road. Just one rider down. Luckily not a big peloton crash. It's one of the Giva Steel riders, Ohlenschläger. That is a challenging name. But let's get back to the front now. It's still Alex Kamp with that one Polte rider on his wheel. And it is indeed the Danish team doing the work at the front.
The Danish team are being left to control this, for Anders Folliger. Unibet Rose Rockets up, but notably no yellow jerseys from Visma Lease Bike at the front just at the minute.
No, but we'll have to wait for the blue jersey, the blue leaders jersey. Still a little bit of a gap there for Alex Kamp and his breakaway companion, who is not doing any work. He's just sitting on at the moment for Polte Visit Malta. We're approaching the Flamme Rouge as we speak. There's still a little bit of daylight between these 2 riders. Now we get a view of the number on his back, 126, Francisco Munoz, who's got a good kick himself, the Spanish rider, but it looks like they are going to be caught within the final kilometre. But a good effort there by Alex Kamp and Munoz. But there is the peloton, full speed ahead with Alpecin Premier Tech. We have the Unibet Rosa Rockets, the Danish national team there for Anders Folliger. In the green is Teutenberg. Wout van Aert is out there as well, with Lukas Kubiš just in front of him. We'd start 2 corners to go. That was some skill, hopping onto the pavement and back into the peloton at full speed. 1 more corner to go there, the left-hander on the horizon. Kubiš is in 3rd place. Van Aert is moving to his rear wheel. We also have Toon Aerts on the wheel of Wout van Aert. Well, they know each other well. Into that final corner. Teutenberg is out there as well, as is the man for the Danish national team, Anders Folliger, the local man. Van Aert, Folliger, is it going to be 2 from 2, or is Van Aert getting past but Van Aert, the finish line was quite unclear, but I think it's a win there for Alpecin. There was like 5 finish lines there, but the win goes to Jensen Plowright for Alpecin Premier Tech. I was utterly confused by that finish line. Were you?
I kind of knew where it was, but I still couldn't call.
Win, and there he is on the left-hand side of the road, on the wheel of his teammate with number 13. That is Jonas Geens. And he's just staying on the wheel. Geens on the wheel of Kubiš. And then it looks like they were sprinting with Del Grosso there. It would look like Del Grosso was out there as well.
Look, he was sitting behind Del Grosso, and he just sort of saw the gap and had the speed and came through it with a little bit of space. Oh, that was close.
Well. Oh, stop. Go back.
Back a bit. No, it was Plowright, but that was really close.
3 in a row, Van Aert and Plowright, with I think Giovanni Lonardi there for Polti in 4th place. But what a sprint and what a bike throw there by the Australian. Yeah, this is very unhelpful. We can't see the line.
We can't see the line, and we can't see Jensen Plowright. I think Wout van Aert looked just to his right. He just looked the wrong way because he was looking, I think, at Toon Aerts. I didn't look left to see that Jensen Plowright was coming through. Because Jensen Plowright was coming through.
By Alpecin.
They just managed
for him.
They just managed to create that bit of space. It was impressive.
Confirmed here, Jensen Plowright wins stage 2 ahead of Wout van Aert, who picks up 6 bonus seconds. Toon Aerts, Lonardi, Beaufort, Walscheid, Zanoncello, Ben Oliver, Mathis Grisel and Lukas Kubiš, a 10th place only after all that work for the Unibet Rosa.